Well, hello, I'm Stella, and this is my queer lit readathon reading vlog. I'm currently reading the group book, This Is What It Feels Like by Rebecca Barrow. I'm around page 33. I actually started reading it last night, but it was after midnight, so it's not even against the rules. Yeah, you probably know what it's about. It's a YA contemporary about 3 girls who were in a band, and now I guess they've had a falling out, and we're gonna find out why. It's not really my kind of book, I'll be honest. I don't read a lot of YA these days, but I didn't know where else to start from, so I thought I would go with the easiest choice. I only found out about this readathon yesterday, so I haven't actually created a TBR pile for the challenge, for the readathon. I thought I would just read a book and then check my Goodreads and choose another one, and we'll see where we get from there. I'm just gonna read some queer books this week. But now I really have to get to work, so I'm gonna stop reading and I'll see you later. I've been really busy today, so I haven't been able to read since the morning, but I'm going out now for my first social gathering since lockdown. Because lockdown has been... We're doing pretty good in Estonia. It's not a shit... What word am I thinking? Our situation is better than in the UK and US. So we're just having a little gathering with our course. It's on the other side of Tallinn, so I'm gonna be on a couple of buses, and I'll probably get some reading done then. I haven't done reading on buses since March, probably. Good morning, it's day 2, it's about 8 a.m. I didn't get too much reading done last night, I was kind of busy with other stuff, but I'm about a third of the way through the first book. I'm having fun. It's about, like, these 3 girls were in a punk band, and I had a punk phase in high school too. I've always wanted to be in a band, so it's pretty fun to read about, although I just also feel really jealous when I read about people being in bands, because I always wanted to do that. But I have work at the library today, so I probably won't get too much reading done today either, but hey, it's not a race. I'm pooped. Work was just as busy as expected, but I got some reading done on the bus, and I'm pretty invested now, to be honest. Will they become friends again? Will the band win the competition? What's gonna happen between Autumn and Jules? I wanna know. So I had to do some translation work at home tonight, but I think after I finish that, I might finish the book today. We'll see. Hello people! I just finished my first book. I really enjoyed it, like a lot more than I thought I would. The first 100 or so pages I was kind of skeptical, like, oh, this is gonna be another typical YA. But what's bad about that? YA was fun. It's just like wholesome and simple to read. I had a really fun time with the book. I liked the 2 romances, especially, let's be real, the lesbian one. But the het romance was also actually really cute. And I actually liked that everything just went well. Like, obviously there was some conflict in there, but like in the end everything was good. And I don't read a lot of books like that these days. So I think I've chosen my next book, and it's gonna be kind of similar. I'm gonna continue the vibe, the fun, romancy, YA vibe, but I shall show you that once I start. I was gonna wait until later this evening to start my next book, but I am too impatient. So my next choice is First Position by Melissa Braden, which is basically a ballet lesbian love story, which is cool. My first girlfriend was a ballerina, so I know a little about the ballet world through her. I think ballet is really cool. It's like one of those things where I don't think I would enjoy doing it too much, but I absolutely love like watching and hearing about other people do it. So I think this is gonna be a good read. And I'm gonna consider this a backlist title as well, because it's been on my TBR for about a year. I've been really looking forward to reading this, so I think it's gonna be good. It has a high rating on Goodreads, 4.16, so we'll see.
If you need to learn how to talk to a lady, ask your mum.
Hi guys, I just received a new book that I just filmed the whole unboxing thing for, but it was completely out of focus. But this is the book, Imagine a Country. It's basically a collection of essays about Scotland, what Scotland could be like. So written by a bunch of different Scottish people. My dad's Scotland, so Scotland's a really important country for me. All my family's out there. I visited a bunch of times and I really want to live there someday. And I'm a huge supporter of Scottish independence. So it's not a queer book obviously, so it'll wait until next week, but I'm very excited. And I've had a really chill morning just reading First Position. I don't know where today, so I think I might finish it because I'm 2/3 of the way through. It's very cute.
It's not for me to say you love. Go with the brothers, boo, you know how we do. It's for me to say.
Take a sip, you gon' trip.
Hi guys, it's the next day and just thought I'd give you a little update. I finished First Position, which was exactly what you would expect from a ballerina lesbian story. I enjoyed it, it was a lot of fun, really hit the spot for me. I was craving another lesbian romance, but now I think I'm ready for something different, something a little more serious. I haven't chosen 100% yet, but I'll let you know when I do. And I also got another book today. Very exciting. I never usually order books online, but because of the whole COVID situation, I couldn't go to a bookstore. And it was my birthday last month, so I really wanted to treat myself. It's a book about how being in nature is important for your well-being, your psychology, your health, which sounds really interesting. So I'm excited to read that as well next week. Okay, I started reading my new book. It's Upright Women Wanted by Sarah Gailey, and it's so cool. It's about these librarians in America. I think it's a future dystopia. They're librarians on horseback, which I'm a librarian and I'm obsessed with horses. So, and they're all queer. One of the main characters actually goes by they, them pronouns, which is really cool. I don't think I've ever read a book before where a main character goes by they, them pronouns. So it's very interesting because even though I'm queer and I'm in the queer community and I'm non-binary, then the fact that I live in a non-English country means that I don't really ever have to use they, them pronouns like in real life. So I do understand that it's a bit difficult to get used to at first. The first few pages, I got a little confused occasionally, but you get used to it pretty fast. And I think it's a really cool thing that they're using it in this book. And it's done really casually too. Like, we haven't actually had a discussion about the person's gender identity. I don't know if we will, but basically they met the main character. One of the first things they said was like, I'm they, them, but when we're in town, I am she. Because they live in a really homophobic society, so they can't go by they, them in public. And the other three main characters are all like queer ladies. There's a lesbian couple, and the other woman was in a relationship with a girl as well. And apparently it's going to be like anti-fascist stuff, and I guess they're like working against the evil fascist government, something like that. I don't know, I haven't got very far yet, but it seems really cool so far, and maybe it'll be a 5-star. We'll see. I'm very excited to keep reading. It's so short though, it's under 200 pages, so that's a bit disappointing, but...
Take a sip, you gon' trip. I'm like a cup of shroom tea in the morning. Coat your throat like hot honey. You gon' need water, then want some more of me. In your head, you gon' slip.
Hi guys! It's been a really busy day. I've been viewing an apartment, grocery shopping, and dealing with work stuff. But I finished Upright Women Wanted, and it was really good. It was, queer horseback librarians fighting, rebelling against the government. Who wouldn't want that? So that was a 5-star prediction that actually I did end up giving it 5 stars. Thoroughly recommend. It was very short, but actually I think it worked the way it was. So, although I really wish I could have spent more time in that world with those characters. But I think it was really good as a standalone, as a short book. And it's the second to last day. It's Friday. Yeah, it's Friday. So I think I'll have time for one more book. And I actually think I'm gonna use the empty bingo slot and do a reread. This. I'm not gonna say the name because it's a slur, but the actual author is Roma. So it's an autobiography. And I absolutely loved this book when I was like 13, 14. I don't know, it was years ago when I first read this. And I haven't read it in ages. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to do that. It's not super long because I read it before. I probably will get through it quite fast. But I do remember this book being super graphic, like graphic violence, physical abuse, and also sexual abuse. So, like, I remember reading this when I was younger and actually feeling like nauseous at some scenes. So I'm like kind of excited for this, kind of also dreading it. So we'll see we'll see how that goes. But like, trigger warning for everything if anybody wants to read this book. This is not an easy book to read. But I remember it being really good, so I'm gonna start that tonight.
In the morning, coat your throat like hot honey.
Hi guys, I'm having kind of a rough day today because I have cramps, but I just finished a couple hours of work, so I'm gonna treat myself to some more reading. I'm about this far in, about a quarter. It hasn't been too bad so far, nothing super graphic, but there's a lot of violence. I don't know how much I said about this earlier. There's an autobiography of this guy, Mikey, who grew up in like the British Romani community. Basically the community is like super gender segregated and men are expected to be really, really masculine and strong and all those things. And there's a lot of fighting and violence amongst men. And they have like this national sport, bare knuckle fighting. And his dad is from a family of champions in bare knuckle fighting. And he's kind of training his son to be the next champion. There's a lot of pressure on him to get good at fighting, but he's just really not cut out for it. He's not a very tough, violent guy. And so it keeps disappointing his dad, and his dad keeps beating him up, and his childhood kind of sucks. And right now he's about 5 or 6 years old, and he's just going to the boxing club for the first time ever to actually practice boxing with his peers, I guess. And there's a lot of pressure on him to perform well. All his relatives are watching, and he knows that if he disappoints his dad, which he also knows that he will, then his dad is going to be really embarrassed in front of all his family, and then I guess he'll probably beat him again. So it was pretty stressful. I don't know how I read this so many times when I was younger. I'm just constantly remembering glimpses of like awful things that are coming in this book. So yeah, not an easy read. But I'm gonna try and get through it, I guess.
Ask your mum.
Hi guys, it's Sunday, which means it's the end of the readathon, and I finished my last book, which I don't really know what to say about. Like, rereading a book that you read a bunch of times when you were younger is kind of a different experience to just reading a book. So I'm not reading the book as the book, I'm kind of reliving an experience, if that makes any sense. Like remembering what it felt like to read the book years ago. I don't know, it's hard for me to judge. I think it was good. It was hard to read, like I said. So I don't know if I actually mentioned this before, but the main character is actually gay. Like, that does come up in like the last third of the book. So yeah, it's the end of my readathon. So I read 4 books. This is what it feels like, which was the group read, and I also read it as my summer vibes read, and my queer friends read, and my known coming out. And I gave it a 4 stars because I really enjoyed it. And then I read First Position. I gave that one 3 stars because it was really enjoyable, but it wasn't anything super special. And I count that as my queer sports read and my backlist title. And then I read Upright Women Wanted, which was my 5-star prediction, and I actually gave 5 stars to it. So it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I think it also counts as a female over 40, because I'm pretty sure that one of the main lesbian couples, they were described as middle-aged, so. And then lastly, I read this, which, the book that will not be named, because it's the slur, which I count as my question mark as the reread. So that's my readathon. Happy Pride. I'm kind of really sad that Pride's cancelled this year. I I was supposed to have a lot of really fun queer activities happening this summer, but not anymore. Now I just have books. And next week I'm gonna start reading some books on race issues and police issues, starting with The End of Policing by Alex Vital, which you can read on versobooks.com for free. I'll leave the link below. And that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Bye!